And we're speaking to TTF's John Campbell next about Tom. Anthems, our tribute to Tom Wilson here at Beat 106. My name is Paul Harper. I've got to tell you, I was absolutely bricking it at the start of the show, knowing we had such a lot to live up to and play the tunes that Tom would have picked. So hopefully doing a good job so far. And I hope you're remembering all the good things. And you can go on to Tom's website, which has a book on there that you can sign. It's tomdj.co.uk, and the response there has been just amazing. And also on the show this afternoon, as well as playing tunes that Tom played and loved, or hope I'm hitting the mix just right. Also, we're talking to stars of the Scottish dance scene, and John Campbell from TTF is one of them, and I caught up with him on Friday.
Yeah, initially I was going to start this conversation kind of downbeat, but with regards to the memory of my dear friend, I'd rather kept it upbeat, because I think that's what he would have wanted, so, you know, seems to be the right thing.
Okay, you worked with Tom, well, again, right from back in the start, in the days of, you know, Happy Hardcore and, you know, the whole Resurrection thing.
1990, we were playing at an event called Awesome 101, and I remember seeing this guy standing at the side of the stage, and he had a big Magnum moustache, and I thought, who is this character? And he was standing with two promotional girls, and I thought, who is this guy with the big moustache with the two hot chicks? So I went down and started talking to him, and instantly I clicked with the guy. You know, sometimes you meet people, and you either click or you don't, and immediately I warmed to him. So he's such a warm, genial, relaxed, positive, kind of air of confidence about him, but not an arrogance. And straight away, you know, we just clicked. And from that day on, we were really best of friends. And I can only say the best of friends because the guy supported me for years. And I can't say enough about him. So feel free to ask what you want.
Did it ever amaze you, the kind of fan base that Tom had, not only in Scotland, but indeed, you know, there's stories of van loads of guys driving up from England just to hear Tom on the radio?
Well, no, it never amazed me, obviously, because I was from the inside of the scene.
Sure.
And I was probably the first guy making techno in Scotland, so obviously, you know, I'm watching it all grow. And then Tom was the first radio DJ that I'd actually came into contact with, and Tom came to one of our gigs that we were playing it and seen it at first hand. I think obviously he'd heard the word on the street, and he came along. He's seen the event, and he'd seen the kind of cultural impact that it was having on children, and he thought this is a new way. And obviously at the time, in 1990, I think, you know, radio stations would be championing more things like the Glasgow scene, your Delamitris and Deacon Blues, and they weren't aware of this kind of rave culture that was growing. Tom obviously liked dance music all along. He's always he was a disco fan in the 70s. That's probably why he still got the moustache in 1990. And basically he saw it, and he championed it. And obviously to the radio stations that he worked for at the time, he would campaign for this, to say, you know, we need a dance show because the kids are going crazy for it. So he picked up on it in essence, and he was the first guy who was broadcasting it and promoting it to the masses. Now, he had a massive, you know, subculture following of kids. I mean, the thing is, you know, to be honest, I don't want to sound a bit bitter about this, but, you know, there's a couple of newspapers today that have got tiny, small columns regarding the passing of what effectively is a legend in the Scottish dance scene. And the word legend, to me, gets bandied about far too easily these days. You know, you always see Johnny Vaughan saying, man's a legend. Well, Tom Wilson is a legend. He had hundreds of thousands, if not millions of kids and generations throughout the past 14 years in Scotland. The guy has such a fan base. Yeah, kids did drive up to Newcastle. You will not meet one person who has a bad word to say about him. He had such a genial, well-mannered, kind, soft. You know, even his radio voice was lovely. You know, I don't want to sound like I'm being kind of sooky.
Not at all.
I'm not. I'm being honest. The guy just was an all-round great guy. Simple as that. And you can't ask for any more than that after somebody. Tom Wilson's a great man, and he will be remembered by many.
I think we'll play the song that Tom broke for you, as you said earlier on. This is New Emotion.
Thanks.
It's like a new emotion. What a feeling, what a feeling. It's like a new emotion. Can you feel the air? thousands again.
This is our tribute at Beat 106 to Tom Wilson, legendary DJ who sadly passed away on Thursday afternoon. Hopefully we've had you bouncing off the ceiling, because I'm sure you know that is the best way to do it. And we've had a few guests on as well. We had Kirk from QFX, we had John Campbell from TTF, MC Mikey B, so many more. And we thought it'd be quite good to get one of Tom's ex-colleagues from another radio station. He was also the program controller here and was the man that luckily managed to hire Tom for almost 12 months here at Beat 106, and his name is Mark Finley.
Hi, Paul.
Obviously, we're playing the old school tunes this afternoon. We've got friends of Tom Wilson on the phone, and you were the program controller here and friend of Tom for many years.
Yeah, I've worked with Tom for probably close on about 15 years now, and Tom was one of those guys that just every single person who ever came across him and worked with him just saw him as a good guy, because he really was a good guy. And in the industry that we know and love of radio, those kind of people are few and far between. And I know that Tom's probably best known for all the stuff he's done for the dance scene in Scotland, but out and out, Tom was a huge music fan. I remember he used to do a feature with all the radio presenters at a radio station in Scotland at the end of the year, where they would come in and pick their favourite records. And Tom's hour was always the most fun to do, because he picked stuff from all different styles of music. He was just an absolute music fan to the end.
Tom obviously had a massive following, probably the biggest that any radio presenter has had in Scotland. Just amazing. Do you put that down to maybe, his friendliness, or the music he played, or the whole combination, or what do you think?
I think he just had the ability to be absolutely on the money with what was happening in Scotland. And, let's not forget, through the kind of late 80s and into the early 90s, Tom was the absolute pioneer of what, let's be honest, is still going on in Scotland in terms of dance. He was there at the rave scene, I remember him trying to persuade me to come along to a rave with him, and I was kind of going, Tom, I think I'm getting a little bit old for that, mate. But, he was just there. He broke records, he broke acts, and I'm sure you've probably heard stories from so many Scottish acts who probably put their success down to Tom Wilson.
Yeah, we had Kirk on from QFX, John Campbell at TTF. The boys at Ultrasonic also put, Tom down as the man that kicked off their careers.
Yeah, well, I think Tom will be very, very, very sadly missed by everybody who's ever known him and worked with him over the years.
B106.
B106.
Run,
B106 for Tom Wilson, DJ Professor, and The Runner. Had lots of people on the show that knew Tom through business. And we now have Oscar, who runs Rumour Records. Hey, Oscar, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
One of many coming on to share stories of Tom Wilson.
Yes, Tom.
Now, for people that don't know, you run Rumour Records, the company that put out all of Tom's CDs.
Yes, all his compilations that he's done over the years. The Bouncing Beat series, which are 3 in, the Tartan Techno series, which there are 2 in, and his current series, Bouncing Back, as well. Just actually working on the 3rd one.
You've known Tom for a long time, obviously since the very first one, which I guess was early 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any favourite memories of being with Tom?
Yeah, coming up, a number of times to promote and launch an album, and just the amazing response in the clubs, when Tom makes an appearance on stage and starts to do his thing. It made such difference to the normal kind of response I'd seen DJs down in London, heads down and not really giving that much back to the crowd, but Tom was in there, he was part of it all. It really was quite something, and a great person to work with, very easygoing, always up for a joke and a laugh, and always put his heart and soul into all the projects I worked with him, that's for sure.
Oscar, thank you for taking time out to talk to us this afternoon.
You're welcome. All my best, and here's to Tom's memory.
20 minutes to go till 7 o'clock, and Jim and Martin with their new music preview for the week. And before then, we've got some more tunes. We're pumping them out for Tom Wilson, and we're back next. There's been no end of old school names lined up to speak to us, and Joe Deacon is lined up to speak to us now. Joe, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure, Paul.
Now, you've heard for the past couple of hours the tunes that have been played by Tom over the years. Really an amazing man.
Yeah, he certainly was. I've known Tom for nearly 13 years, and in fact I worked with him about 2 weeks ago through Universe in Coatbridge, and as I say, total shock to hear about him sadly passing.
What do you think made Tom so special?
Well, Paul, for me, Tom was just a pure gentleman. From any time you seen him, he had plenty of time for you, plenty of time for the customers, no matter how busy he was, or maybe, you know, driving about from gig to gig. He was just a gentleman. You know, he'd always time for people. And as I say, an old professional, helped all the Scottish bands, you know, when they'd singles out, or gave them loads of advice. He was a father figure to the Scottish, shall we say, rave scene or old school scene.
What you've said this afternoon has been the same as everyone else. Top guy, great tunes.
I'm just totally shocked, Paul, and I'm sure the whole of the Scottish old school scene will be shocked as well. But all you can do is do a big favour and play a good tune from Joe Deacon.
Obsession, what you mean to me, obsession, you are my fantasy, obsession, the way it's meant to be, obsession, your love will set me free. Your love will set me free. Set me free. Come on, dance with me. You are my fantasy. Your love will set me free. Your love will set me free. Come on and dance with me.
weird 3 hours, hasn't it? Ultrasonic Obsession on Beat 106 and our tribute to DJ Tom Wilson. Well, it's been confirmed, not that we needed confirmation of it, that Tom was the most loved DJ in Scotland. The amount of text messages and phone calls and emails to the studio this afternoon has been outstanding. And you can carry on doing that if you do so wish at tomdj.co.uk. Tom, man, I hope you enjoyed the tunes, hope you enjoyed the show, and enjoy the big gig